suck it for a cup of coffee. Yeah, I don't even want any creamer. I think I'll take it black. I'll suck your dick. I'll suck your dick for a cup of coffee. Yeah, I'll suck your dick for a cup of coffee. I'll suck your dick for a cup of coffee. Yeah, I don't even want any creamer. I think I'll take it black.
Once again, here we go with the Howie Coffee Show. We saying things that you don't want to hear, then we saying things that you might want to hear. But yeah, Howie at the coffee shop, where but Howie at the coffee shop, where but Howie.
Welcome to Howie at the coffee shop. I'm Kenny.
Mike.
So, man, Mike had a fucking rattlesnake in his house.
Yeah, man, how fucked up is that, man? Look, okay, man, if I had my choice to fucking a poisonous snake or an alligator, I would rather wrestle an alligator. I mean, yeah, it might bite my arm off, but it ain't gonna kill me.
Yeah, I don't know. Poisonous snake or an alligator. Can I just say fuck that? I don't want to fight either of these things.
Yeah, but, you know, we do live in Florida, so we got the craziest fucking wildlife here. We got snakes, gators, bears, whatever you want to fucking see. You know, we got it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, killing snakes around my house is, you know, something that happens fairly often. But, like, a rattlesnake, dude, that's fucking scary.
Yeah, especially getting in the house. I'm like, yeah, that's a little fucked up.
I mean, you could be asleep, get bit, not know what the fuck happened. You wake up and you die 15 minutes later, you know?
Hell, if you get bit by a rattlesnake, you got, what, 30 minutes, I think, so leeway to get to the hospital. So if it bites you in your sleep, you're not waking up.
Yeah, and I mean, but that 30 minutes depends on a lot of shit, you know, depending on, like, your metabolism and fucking everything, you know? So.
And it was a baby. So, you know, a big rattlesnake is not going to be able to get in my house.
It was a baby, but how big was it?
We're looking about 12 inches long, about the size of my middle finger, so.
Yeah, so, Jesus, dude. Fuck, dude. That's scary as fuck, though. I mean.
You know, I don't know. Is a rattlesnake that young? I don't know how much venom they have, even if they do have venom at that point. I'm sure they do, but
yeah,
enough
but
to kill you.
I don't know. I mean, it could kill your cat.
Right.
But so what happened, man? How did the snake meet its demise?
So, man, I walked in. I went to get a pack of cigarettes, and I walked in, and I see something on the floor. Okay, so I'm thinking the cat was just playing with something. So I get ready to walk over, just reach down and grab it, and I realize that's a fucking snake. And about that time, the cat realized it, and the cat just runs over and fucking grabs it in his mouth and starts fucking slinging its head everywhere, you know. Blood goes flying.
Yeah, that's crazy, man, because your cat did the exact same thing my dog did when my dog saw a snake.
Right.
So, yeah, man, like, if you live in Florida like we do, get a pet, man, like a cat or a dog. I'm glad I got a big dog, man, because
Right.
if a big rattlesnake comes in, I think my dog's going to take it out. Maybe. I don't know, because one day I came home, and I have like a little closet by my front door, you know, a little coat closet. And I saw something go under there, and I was like, what the fuck was that? It looked like a spider or something ran under there real quick. So then, like, I open up the door, and I'm looking around, and, you know, of course, there's, like, shoes and stuff in there. There's, like, an old PV amp that was in there at the time. And so I saw something go around the side of the amp, and I thought it was a lizard. So I pick the amp up, and I pull the amp out, and I'm like, oh, that's a fucking snake, dude. So I go get a fucking machete, and I start hacking at the snake, you know, fucking kill it. But, yeah, dude, like, if that was a rattlesnake, man, like that, I mean, I would have to do the same thing, you know. But,
Oh, yeah.
But just imagine, like, when I went to go move the amp because I thought it was a lizard, fucker bit my hand, you know.
Yeah, see, I mean, if it's a racer in the house, I'm not going to fucking be freaked out. But a rattlesnake, I don't give a fuck how big it is. It's a rattlesnake.
Yeah. But, you know, the thing about it is I had just gotten home for the day. My dog had been hanging out in the living room the whole time, you know, like right there where she has perfect view of the front door. And the snake somehow slithered its way. It was a decent-sized snake, you know, about 4 feet or so. And the fucker, like, slithered its way through a little opening, you know, underneath the door. And my dog didn't do shit, you know. I looked at my dog and said, what the fuck are you doing?
Look, they say come to Florida. It's fucking nice. You got the beach and everything. You have no snow. Yeah, but they don't tell you. This is what'll kill you: alligators, bears, snakes, fucking hurricanes, tornadoes, everything else.
Yeah, I mean, if any of that shit kills me, I do hope it's a bear. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if those are my options, and that's how I'm gonna go with some crazy wild animal. It's like
I'm gonna see a bear coming. A snake sometime can just fucking be there and you not know it.
yeah, but I mean, if they give me a list, it's like, okay, dude. So we've decided that when you die, it's gonna be by a wild animal in Florida.
Right.
I'm going bear because like, if I'm gonna die, I at least want to be able to really fight the fucker, and be able to punch it and shit,
All right, I'll tell you a crazy
Oh
thing.
God, imagine the bear's just eating my fucking throat away.
Right. I know you don't really watch the news, but I watched the fucking news the other day, and these people actually had their iPhone. They were sitting out on their screened-in porch, and a fucking Black Panther got in their backyard. Now,
Oh,
how
really?
fucked up is that? That's right here in Newport Richie.
Yeah, see, I don't keep an eye on the local news. I really should, but it's just like, man.
Right. I mean, sometimes I'm like, fuck, there ain't nothing on, man. Let's see what's going on, locally in the world. But I do like Fox News Friday nights, man. You need to start watching it. They got a segment now. It's called Only in Florida. And it's all the crazy shit that happened that week, in Florida.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I would love to watch that segment every week. And I'm like, all right, I'm done with the news.
Yeah, so I wonder if they pull that segment and put it up on YouTube or something. They should, man.
You could probably find it on there. Because have you seen where the guy went and robbed the drugstore the other day? Walked in, put the gun to the pharmacist, made her give him all the Oxycontin and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's right here where we live.
See, I didn't know that, man. Like, fuck, dude. Like, why is there no service where you get like actual local news on your phone? Because I mean, like all the national stuff, I'm up to speed, because like CNN tells me every time something happens,
Right.
And I got Fox News telling me every time something happens, and various other ones, New York Times and all that. But it's like I need to know what's going on next door. It's like I'm driving through my nice, neighborhood full of fucking people with their yachts and shit like that, and there's a sign out that says "Keep your doors locked," and I'm like, oh, what the fuck's going on, man?
Right, man. And don't that fucking just be like, what the fuck's going on in my neighborhood,
Yeah, man. It's like, oh, man, I guess there's some breaking and enterings.
It's like, fuck, man, this ain't Mr. Rogers no more, man. I don't know whose motherfucking neighbor is.
Nope. Yep.
You
No
know?
idea.
Fuck yeah, man. People are nuts right now.
Yeah, sorry for the weird noise, man. We just did some repairs to the time machine, so you might hear it in the background a little bit.
Right, man. So what did everybody think about the Sucking Your Dick for Coffee song there at the beginning,
Yeah, man. Like,
the part that sucks, she don't want no cream. Come on, bitch. You got to let me finish if you're going to suck my dick for some coffee,
yeah. That's true, man. What the fuck? So, yeah, man, like, so that lady put that song up on Reddit, or when she didn't do it, but somebody recorded her doing it and put it up on Reddit, and then it blew up, and now it's all over the internet. And so, yeah, man, they've been looking for this chick, and somebody's like, okay, we found the Suck Your Dick for Coffee girl, and she's gonna post a video to prove it's true. So I'm like on the edge of my seat waiting, because it's like, as soon as we find out who this chick is, because I looked earlier and couldn't find her, but as soon as we find out who she is, like, okay, you're gonna come talk to us, sit in the studio, and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna suck your dick for a cup of coffee.
You're right.
We're all gonna be singing along and shit,
And we got the good coffee.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. Yeah, you'd be sucking dick, drinking coffee. Be a good time for all. But
yeah, we were both like, but okay, man. The fucked up thing is, when she was really doing that out on the street,
yeah,
I wonder if anybody actually walked up and handed her a cup of coffee at some point and be like, suck this dick, bitch.
yeah, and it's like, I wonder if that was the first time she ever sang it, because when the guy runs up on her with the camera in her face, she laughs.
Right.
And, which you didn't hear that in our version. We got the special Howie version of that song. That's going to live forever around here.
Yeah, no shit, man.
But yeah, man. So she kind of laughs. It's like, man, I'm sure if you're out there singing "I'll suck your dick for a cup of coffee," people are gonna be putting phones in your face left and right.
Right. I just would like to know how many people fucking actually handed her coffee and go suck my dick.
Yeah, but what she did wrong is she should have had somebody use their phone that she knows to sit there and do a good recording of it,
Yeah.
and then put that on YouTube. And fuck, you're a millionaire. You ain't sucking no dick. People are sucking your dick.
Right. They're like, man, I love that Sucking Dick for a Coffee chick, man. I'm buying that album.
Yeah, so Mike sends me this song last night, and then I wake up this morning, and that's the first thing I hear, because I'm like, what is this? And I didn't even see the title of it, man. I just saw Something Cup of Coffee, and I was like, what? Okay. So I played it, and, next thing I know, I'm like wide awake. Because as soon as I heard, I'll suck your dick for a cup of coffee, I was like, hell yeah, let's go.
I know, man. I figured you were asleep last night when I sent it because I'm like, man, if he's awake, he'll see this.
Yeah, but no, man. Yeah, as soon as you sent it, I was like, I'm excited for the show tonight. And I started looking for this chick, man, and I can't find her, man. I got a cup of coffee to give her.
Right. What the fuck's her name, man? If you know, call us real quick.
Yeah, so you can always contact Howie. It's 413-38-HOWIE to call us by phone. Howie at the coffee shop if you want to send us an email. Howie's Coffee on Twitter and Facebook and all that shit. But we want to know who the suck your dick for a cup of coffee chick is.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I want to get her on the show. I want to talk to her, and I want her to play that song.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but I also want to find out, like, is this the first time you ever did this? Did you just be like, well, man, I'm gonna play these chords and sing about sucking dick for stuff, maybe.
Right.
But and looking at her, so she looks like one of those hippies you'd see hanging around San Francisco somewhere playing guitar on the street. But it's like, are you homeless? Or are you not homeless?
Yeah, I
that's
have
the thing,
no
man.
idea.
Is it like she'll really suck your dick for a cup of coffee or a donut or some sushi?
No shit. I'd be like, yo, bitch, here's a cup of coffee, a donut, and some sushi.
Yeah. I'm going to suck your dick 3 times.
Right.
Yeah, man. So I want her to come into the studio, and then, we're going to sit down, and then Dwayne's going to open the door and come in with a plate, and the plate's going to have a cup of coffee in the middle, 6 little sushi pieces, and then a donut. Man.
Right.
Yep. And then we'll see what happens, man. If she doesn't say anything for about 30 seconds, I'm just going to stand up and unzip my pants and see what happens.
Right.
Because Dwayne's in here too, so all 3 of us getting our dicks sucked.
So, man, if you just hear like some, they know what's going on, man.
Yeah, be like, sing that song while you do it.
Right.
Yeah,
man. Look, I do got a really big fucking story we have to talk about. Okay. So, if people have been listening, man, we haven't even done an On the Lawn segment this year. This season.
Can't say that.
Well, nothing really legit.
Well, yeah, we've been traveling through time though, so we don't even know.
And everybody's been killing herself
before.
and dying, so we've been talking a lot about that shit.
Yeah,
but we do have a really fucking huge story, man. If people don't know about it, they will love this.
Grab your bags and grab your pipes. It's time for On the Lawn with Mike.
So, Mike, what's happening in the world of weed today?
All right, man. What's one thing that almost 90% of the world have in their home?
Marijuana?
Netflix, right?
Yeah. What was the percentage you gave?
I'd say 90% of the world. Maybe I'm off, but everybody has a Netflix anymore.
I'm going to say in the U.S., I'm going to say about 75% of people got Netflix. I may not be the one paying for it, but they got their mom and dads or grandmas or something,
So, everybody knows how Netflix started out, man. You would fucking get on your computer, be like, I want to see this fucking movie. They mail it to you.
Yeah.
So
you had like a queue, so you would have maybe 150 movies you want to watch, and that's what you're going to get in line,
Yeah. So the new thing for Netflix is in the fucking weed game.
Netflix? Is that what you said?
Netflix is in the weed game. You can go to Netflix now and you can order 3 different strains of weed and they will mail that to your house.
You're fucking kidding me.
No, this is like a really big deal, man.
Holy shit. Show me this.
Yeah, this is everywhere now.
What the fuck?
Netflix has fucking weed now.
Netflix jumps into the weed game with strains based on popular shows. Holy shit.
So, most of their popular shows that people really watch, they named the weed. And that's what the weed is. So, say you watch Fuck, I don't know. Say Shameless. You can smoke Shameless or whatever, if you're watching Sopranos or whatever.
How fucking long have they been planning this? What the fuck, dude? This just blew my mind.
And this just got released, man, So I was like, man, this is a huge fucking story right here,
Yeah, it is.
And
Oh
at
my
first
God.
I'm like, nah, this is a fucking joke, and no. But as long as you're in a state that has recreational weed or medical, you can order it through Netflix now.
So no matter where you live in the country, you could order one of those strands.
Yeah, so it's like
like we got Bacabile. What the fuck, man? This sounds like Howie weed.
right?
So this shit's called Bacabile. What
It'd
the
be
fuck?
like, man, we're gonna smoke some fucking Bacabile tonight, man, and we're gonna do Howie and listen to fucking Bile.
Right. So this is inspired by Santa Carla Diet. It's an indica hybrid. Holy shit, man! I can't believe I'm looking at a jar of weed with the Netflix logo on it.
See, that's why I said this story was fucking huge. We had to do this one early.
Look, this one sounds like Howie weed too. It's called Pussy Riot.
I know, right?
What the fuck? It's inspired by Orange is the New Black. It's an orange label with the fucking Netflix logo on it. It's a sativa hybrid. And then we have Moon 13, inspired by Mystery Science Theater 3000, The Return. It is... What is that?
You can't tell what that one says.
It looks like it says baiting hybrid. So that one sounds like some Howie shit too.
Right.
This is your baiting weed.
So what I was actually kept
When you want to go home and just really stroke it out.
Right. So from what I was reading, this is what they got right now. But their plan is to add a lot more strains and everything, And this, I mean, how fucked up is that? It's like, man... Because I didn't realize it until I was reading the article, and they're like, have you noticed that Netflix is starting to show a lot of stoner movies and series and things like that? And that's how the article started. And then it's like, yeah, because Netflix is going into the weed game, so they were just trying to get everybody ready.
I mean, what the fuck, dude? Next thing Netflix is going to be delivering pizzas.
Right? I'm like, what the fuck, man? So just go to Netflix. Man, if we were fucking smart years ago, we would have bought that Netflix stocks. We would have about to be fucking billionaires.
I mean, dude, years ago when I could have afforded Netflix stock, like if I made what I make now, like back then, it's like, yeah, dude, I'm totally jumping on this shit because I knew it was gonna fucking keep going, because it's like as soon as I started to see like the red box and shit come, I was like, okay, so Netflix is first in the game, man. They've got to have good things coming, because you heard the talk about, streaming and all that coming, so yeah, man, like when you started hearing that talk, that would have been the time to fucking jump in.
You definitely. I mean, how crazy is that, man? Now what? I mean, they fucking got Amazon beat anybody. So now all you need is a fucking Netflix account. And wherever you live, as long as you got a medical card or whatever, shit. Get on Netflix, order your fucking weed, sit back and watch Orange is the New Black, and fucking smoke some Pussy Riot.
Yeah, dude, I'm just, I'm tweeting Netflix right now as we talk, man. Like, but yeah, that totally blew my mind. Like, I can't believe that happened. So, Netflix, but Amazon's got to start selling weed now, right? I mean, that's coming.
I mean, shit. You would think so.
So, holy fuck, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. So, yeah, man, I told Netflix, I was like, oh my God, man, you're in a weed game now.
Right. How fucking crazy.
Yeah. Wow. So, I mean, fuck, dude. You floored me, man. Like, that's the last thing I expected you to say.
Right, man. I told you it was something big. I'm like, we got to do this spot tonight.
Yeah, so, I mean, big things are about to happen because, all the right-wing, especially the far right-wing organizations and shit like that, there's going to be a lot of people mad at Netflix. But I wonder what their numbers are going to go up to now, because there's because it's like, yeah, man, I'm using mom and dad's Netflix account, but I can't have my weed delivered over there.
Yeah. So
that was their trick, man. That's how they got you to finally pay for it.
Right. Everybody, you got to have a Netflix account to order their weed.
Yeah, man, their fucking numbers are going to be going through the roof, dude. Fuck.
Pure fucking genius.
Dude, if we buy Netflix stock, like right now, man, that shit could possibly double in the next like 2 years, you know?
Fuck yeah, man.
Just let it double and sell it, because who the fuck knows what's going to happen after that?
Hell yeah, man. It's going to be like, fuck, I don't have to leave the house. I'm getting low. I'm going to fucking put my order in. Next thing they need is get with Amazon, get the fucking little drones, man. So it's like, all right, man, I need this. It'll be here in 2 hours. Cool.
Yeah, but dude, just imagine being the fucking mailman driving around who's like, let's say, okay, man, I'm the mailman. I wish I could smoke pot on Saturday nights, but I can't afford it because, I don't make enough money as a mailman. I'm delivering all these fucking Netflix boxes. Like, I don't know what's inside those motherfuckers,
Right.
Because it's like maybe like 3% of the population gets a little Netflix envelope,
Right.
59% is going to be getting the big red Netflix box.
Hell yeah, man.
I wonder if you got to sign for that shit or they just leave it.
Yeah, who knows, man.
I mean, you probably got to sign for it because it's fucking...
Probably. I mean, I'm sure you got to go through your steps.
Well, what happens when you get medicine in the mail? I've never done, like, the prescription delivery.
Medicine in the mail? They just stick it in the mailbox.
So that's what they do with your weed. So there's going to be a lot of mailbox robberies, too.
Fuck yeah, man. So it's going to be like, all right, man. Weed, I'm going to have to go get me a safety deposit box at the post office, and you deliver this shit there.
Yeah. You're going to be the guy who shows up once a month, picks up 15 Netflix boxes.
Right. You're going to be like, oh, man, Mike's delivery's in again. Hey, man.
Yeah, see you on the lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's insane, man. I don't know what's going to happen yet. Like, imagine we're going to get to... Eventually, this is going to happen to where there's going to be, like... the eBay weed category.
Right.
Where, like, it's like you're growing your own shit at home and selling it on eBay.
Yeah, but fuck that, because when that shit is, like, says used or whatever, we don't want that because that's homegrown shit, man. We want that shit that says new.
Yeah. But dude, I would never buy eBay weed. I mean,
no,
I suggest
that.
no one do that.
No, not at all.
Because, fuck, dude, you ever bought anything from eBay?
Yeah.
Don't put something go get something you're going to put in your body on eBay.
Right.
Yeah, that's awful.
Because, like, if you notice, man, I would not buy how eBay sells, like, vitamins and all those medicines and shit. I wouldn't buy any of that shit, man. 'Cause
No.
you don't know who tampered with anything.
No. Amazon's a different story, but
Amazon,
eBay,
yeah.
fuck that. Yeah. I wouldn't buy fucking anything I'm going to put in or on my body from eBay. I am clothes and shit maybe or something,
That's fine.
Yeah. Like, because I've gone on eBay and browsed around looking at, like, cool old, like, concert T-shirts from, like, stuff. I'm like, man, I was, like, 2 years old. That'd be cool to have that concert shirt or whatever,
Oh, yeah, man. There is a lot of cool shit like that on eBay. I mean, I find great deals on eBay sometimes, man. And it's like, all right, man, I'm going to watch this. And holy shit, it just went, like, dirt fucking cheap.
Yeah, but, I hate, like, the idea of buying clothes from eBay. Because, like, buying used clothes is fine, and it's like, buying them from eBay, it's like, it's coming from whoever the fuck on the internet,
right.
So it's like, man, he probably jerked off in this before he sent it to me.
Man, if I'm going to buy a used shirt, it's probably going to be a fucking rare concert shirt.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be something I'm not going to wear. I'm just going to hang up. It's just something I wanted.
Right, absolutely,
So.
yeah. Yeah, me too, but, like, there is, like, the thing with those kind of T-shirts that they don't quite make anymore, Yeah. It's like they've kind of, like, brought back, like, that retro T-shirt thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it, man. Like, T-shirts haven't been so comfortable in so long, you know what I mean? It's like over the last, like, man, it's probably been, like, 5-7 years, since they really started putting all that shit in the stores, with, like, the just old school kind of comfy material. I don't know. I don't know anything about clothes, man. But, I do want to find out something because, I wear dress socks a lot. And I've got this one pair of dress socks, man. They come, like, all the way up to my knees. And they're the most comfortable fucking thing I have ever owned in my life.
It's one of those, it's so soft, it just feels really good.
Man, that's the thing. I don't know what the material is because it's like, they've always felt like a brand new sock.
Yeah.
Like, I've never had a sock that feels like a brand new sock past like 4 or 5 washes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And man, one PSA I want to put out there, man, is I used to buy like Hanes socks a lot, you know, because like just the standard old white fucking, sock, you know, and like the little like ankle and no-show ones, you know, and when I pull on my sock, I like it to fucking then go snug to my foot.
Yeah.
And I realized, man, Hanes socks, I fucking pull that shit out, man, it stays that way. And then my fucking no-show sock is like hanging out the top of my shoe and shit.
Yeah.
So don't buy that shit, man. I realize that's a bad brand when it comes to your fucking sweat sock.
I had really good luck with Nike socks, though, man.
Ah, man. I used to wear Nike socks way back in the day, but not for a long time.
As long as you don't buy them off eBay, because you know that shit's counterfeit, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, if you go to, like, Kohl's or something, you know, buy the real Nike socks.
Yeah, right.
I've had good luck with those, but...
Yeah, I used to wear those a lot back in the day. But the reason I stopped wearing them, actually, was because I would wear, like, black ones, too, right?
Yeah.
And their black ones, like, was the only sock I really ever had do this, but... Well, I guess I had a few other black socks, but this one was just like really bad, where it would like leave black shit all over your foot when you take it off.
Pull it off, I hate that. Yeah,
Yeah.
So I don't like black socks at all.
Yeah, like you know, I wear black socks all the time now, you know, and actually I wear Hanes black socks. Those are my favorite, man. So they're black socks. Sounds racist to me.
Right, really. He don't tell you where he's putting them, man. He puts them on and jerks off, you know.
Yeah, and man, you know how like the best thing in the world is a new sock feel. If you're one of those fucking people that jerk off into socks, do you prefer a new sock or do you just use any sock?
I have never jerked off in a sock. I've never seen the point of jerking off in a sock.
Well, I mean, I guess it's to catch it so you don't have to fucking clean it off the wall or whatever the fuck your weird ass would be doing, you know?
I mean, shit. I don't know. I've just never put a sock down and be like, man, I'm gonna jerk off.
Yeah, man, like fucking running around.
I mean, is that what Chili Peppers? Remember when they did the show and they wore socks?
I just assumed
socks
it was
on your cocks.
I just assumed it was to cover up their dick, but maybe it was because they jerk off in socks and they were just like, "Hey, we do it too."
Right?
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing. Like the sock on the dick, I think is funny. So I've put a sock on my dick before, you know. Have you ever put a sock on your dick?
I have, man. I did. Because I don't think it was Chili Peppers that I had seen do it first. There was somebody else, you know, that had done that.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, I'm going to do that one time. And just walk around.
Yeah, just walk around my bedroom for 15 minutes with a sock on my dick. Just be like, man, this is kind of funny. Like looking in the mirror, like, yeah.
Be like, look, man, my dick down to my knees.
Yeah. Fucking elephant dick, man.
Right?
Then you fucking put all kinds of shit inside the sock. Like you put other like balled up socks inside the sock so it fucking looks like a big old boner you got.
Right.
Yeah, man. It's like, damn, look at that. You got your dick in a 16-inch sock.
Yeah.
Hard as a rock.
And that's your Craigslist post. If you want a hard cock, come here or whatever, you know.
So that should be our next game with weird Craigslist people is we'll have Dustin stuff a big old fucking knee sock full of other socks, put it on his dick so it looks like he's got a giant boner, and we'll get ladies to call Dustin. We'll see if we can do a dating game, man. Like, so, all right, we got Mr. Big Dick here, and we got 3 ladies on the phone that want to fuck you.
Right. You know, we could probably do that real fucking easy.
Yeah, the thing that really sucks, though, is we can't use Craigslist to draw people in for games like that because they take the shit down right away.
Right.
And it's like, it doesn't really violate any of their shit, really. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like a gig, but it's like a dating thing. But they don't like it, man. They kill that shit. Because, you know, we tried that before, and it was just too much trouble. Because we tried that right after we did the thing with when we caught the predator.
Right.
But episode 19, if you haven't heard Howie catching a predator live on strangelabel.com.
Actually, that was a fucking fun show, you know.
That was. And you know, I would really like to do just something with Craigslist people, because Craigslist people are weird as fuck, dude. Like, there are no weirder people than the people that, go to Craigslist, like, every day. You know what I mean? I mean, there's some people who go to Craigslist every day and find, super cool stuff that they're just picking up and buying, but there's people who go to Craigslist every day to find a different person to blow them and shit like that, and it's just like...
Yeah, all the fucking time, man. Hey, I'll tell you another thing, man, if you don't know about it yet. Do you know about the Juggalo March in Washington?
Yeah, they announced that a year before it was supposed to occur. Is that coming up?
Yeah, it's coming up real fucking soon.
Yeah, I think we announced it on the show, actually.
And now there's like another march happening the same day, and they're afraid, it's going to end violently. And
what's the other march?
I don't remember, but they were talking about it on the news one night.
See, I feel that planning a march a year ahead is a very noble thing to do. And then somebody else that may be trying to, interfere to cause trouble, to interfere in a very malicious way. I feel that should not be allowed to happen. It's like that seems wrong. So, I mean, what you don't know who it is?
No, I don't. I mean, it's like something big, though. It's not like a bunch of juggalos,
Yeah. So, I mean, hopefully it's nothing like negative or anything like that, because that's kind of what I'm scared of.
Right.
You get a bunch of negative people with all those juggalos who are all different colors and from different countries and races and shit, and they're like, these are our brothers, fuck you, white supremacists. We're gonna
go nuts,
dude.
Man.
But if it ends in juggalos taking real hatchets and killing fucking Nazis and skinheads and shit like that, that would be fucking awesome. That would be like that shit would go down in the history books, dude.
But there's some fucking juggalo Nazis out there too. I mean, there are, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, because I've met racist people in my life who like fucking. They're like, yeah, I hate fucking N-words or whatever,
Right.
And it's like fucking, man. The other day you were telling me Ice Cube's your favorite fucking artist.
Right, man. So, man, you brought up fucking Ice Cube, man. Today, I don't know, it was on one of the big local stations. Ice Cube's got a small basketball league going now. He started.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's like the fucking owner, commissioner, and everything.
Is it like kind of like a minor league sort of thing, or is it
pretty much, man?
Like adults and shit?
Yeah, they're adults.
Okay,
man.
yeah, huh?
I mean, I don't know a lot about it. I just happened to come across it, and I was like, oh, well, there's Ice Cube. And then they were kind of talking about it. And I'm like, well, I'll have to really check into that and see.
That's cool as shit. I wonder if Dre's hooking him up with his financial advisors or
Right.
something,
I mean, because, man, Cube started out as that little fucking... He was kind of a little dorky kid. You know?
But, I mean, he
knew how to write fucking music, man.
Absolutely. He was a genius, man. And, like anybody who's ever made it in music, at any level, you know what I mean? It's like they're a fucking music nerd. I don't want to say like any level. I'm not talking about like just like local fame, but the people who have like the ability to actually, go beyond that and, like become like a national act or something like that. Yeah, I mean, those are all people who spent, weeks at a time in their bedroom just learning their instrument and everything they could about it, So, like, they're all fucking nerds. I don't even remember what you were talking about, why I went into that.
Right.
What the fuck did you say?
Yeah, fuck, I don't know how it all started.
Oh, yeah, Ice Cube basketball. But, yeah, man, so
Yeah.
Ice Cube was a fucking genius, and, like, he spent, pretty much, like, all of his free time, just sitting there writing and just fucking thinking about the shit, So, I mean, hard work pays off.
Yeah, he wasn't that fucking gangster, but, he lived in that fucking area, so he really knew.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something, I don't know if you've watched. I watched Fist Fight, and, like, there's, like, 3 other Ice Cube movies that I've seen here lately.
Yeah, I haven't seen Fist Fight yet. I haven't seen Ride Along 2 yet. I bought it the week it came out, and I still haven't seen the motherfucker.
It's not Right Along 2, but, man, I can't remember what it is, but I've noticed I've watched, like, 3 fucking movies with Ice Cube here lately, and they always put that line in there. Fuck the police. Ice Cube's been saying that a lot lately.
Well, man.
In movies, and I'm like, yeah.
I mean, a lot of shady shit happened. And, fuck, let's talk about the police and stuff like that here for a minute, man. Because, like, there are a lot of officers out there that are doing a lot of good. We actually have a listener who's a cop. And,
really?
Yeah. I spoke to him a couple days ago. We're going to get into that later. But so there's a lot of good cops out there. There are people who we preach all the time about, how people doing any sort of important job like that, you got to really be into. You can't be fucking phoning it in or,
Right.
have like malicious purposes in mind with your fucking position. Don't abuse your power. You got to use it for good. You got to be a fucking superhero.
See, if I was a cop, I'd be a good guy, but I wouldn't turn in the weed. That shit would go home with me every night.
That might look a little suspicious. Be like, hey, Mike, why are you turning in 100% less weed than the rest of the force?
I'd be like, man, I ain't going after them motherfuckers. Leave them alone, man. They ain't doing nothing wrong,
Yeah, so you ain't going to put it in your pocket?
I mean,
it depends. It's a case-by-case
Right.
thing, because, I've heard stories of cops being like, well, man, take this shit home and, don't be out again,
Right. I mean, man, if you got a little bit of weed, who gives a fuck? The way I look at it, Leave that motherfucker alone.
Yeah. I mean, if you got a little bit of weed and they ask you where you're going, you're like, I'm going to go buy more weed.
No, see, if you live here in Florida and you have weed on you and the cop pulls you over, might as well tell him you got weed, because as long as it's under, what is it, fucking here?
It's like an ounce or something
yeah,
like that.
might as well tell him, because you're not going to jail. He's going to give you a fucking ticket.
And really, it's like that over most of the country. So, since Dustin got his job on Live PD, I've been checking it out more and more, and, dude, I gotta say, Dustin, for anybody who doesn't know, Dustin's a cameraman in, what is it, Jeffersonville, Indiana?
Yeah.
Is that where it is? Yeah, and, man, he is forever pointing the camera at that one hot cop's ass.
Right.
Watch it, people. You'll see it. That's Dustin. I'm calling him out. I hope he doesn't get fired. Oh, yeah, I forgot he got in trouble. We're not supposed to say Live PD anymore on the show. We're talking about Dustin working anyway. But,
Yeah.
But if you watch Live PD, as I've been watching quite a bit lately, people get caught with weed. And what kind of goes down is the cop is like, hey, do you have anything that I should know about? And they're like, no. And then the cop will specifically ask, do you have, any marijuana or anything like that? And they're like, no. And then the cop will search them, find it, and be like, well, if you would have told me you had it, I would have taken it, and you could have gone home. But since you didn't, we're going to take it, and we're also taking you, and, you're going to go spend a night in jail, read them their rights and all that shit, It's like, so, yeah, man, I mean, any time, you shouldn't be breaking the law in the first place,
Right, but, man, yeah, a little bit of fucking weed, what's the harm, I'm going to go home and fucking mellow out.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna watch fucking stoner movies on Netflix.
Yeah, and I mean, according to a huge majority of the country, from a legalization standpoint, it's not a big deal. But it's like, so I mean, it's understandable, people fucking going around, you gotta buy your weed and transfer it home or whatever. That's just something that people have always done, and people have always gotten caught for it, and now it's not that bad.
Yeah, well, it depends on where you're at, man. If you're in fucking some of those fucking crazy states like Utah, Wyoming, shit like that, they fucking nail you for it. But
yeah, but then what you do is you gotta probably get a good lawyer who can probably get you 6 months probation, and that's it.
Right.
Just based on the laws around the rest of the country, and maybe I don't know. It depends on the judge too, because the judge's probably like, "Fuck you, man. That shit ain't legal here."
right. I mean, everything's changing, man. There's something big getting ready to happen with weed. I mean, I see it.
I wish I had
coming.
Bob Dylan queued up.
Right. I mean, I see it coming, man.
I mean, yeah, I think we all do at this point, even the people that are against it, I think they're starting to see it as a losing battle, well, I mean, there are some people who just believe that, everything that's happened already is going to be reversed.
Right. Because if you listen to Howie at the coffee shop, you're a pothead.
Yeah, what's up, potheads? Thanks for listening to Howie at the coffee shop.
Right? Yeah, and people don't understand, man. Coffee pot.
Yeah, man. The fuck, man.
Right.
See, this is what happens when we go into on the lawn with Mike early in the show.
Right.
The whole show just becomes about marijuana. What were we even talking about that got us down the marijuana path?
All right, man.
Oh, we were talking about breaking the law and shit like that.
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
Yeah, but man, never mind.
All right, man, but let's get fucking serious for a minute, man. I'll tell you what.
I think we just were.
Yeah, I mean, the whole show's been pretty fucking serious so far. It's like, people's like, what the fuck, man? This is like real fucking talk radio tonight.
Yeah, fucking Netflix, blah, 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 stocks, blah, blah, blah.
They're like, where's the funny shit? Come on, man. You guys get retarded.
Yeah.
But no, man, the whole fucking statue taking things down, you know?
Dude, no, that's
going too far,
dude,
man.
no, that is a piece of history. Fucking leave the shit alone. Like, okay, man, like, I mean, the flag wasn't really used to represent the South, you know? The flag was used as a battle flag.
Right.
And, you know, I can understand why you would still want to hold that, you know, because it's not like they were battling just over fucking civil rights and shit like that, you know? Or
See, man, I don't think you should mess with those fucking statues. I learned all that shit in school. So what are we going to do? Rewrite the history books? We're going to take the whole Civil War out of fucking everything or what?
Well,
now, you know?
Well, okay, let me give everybody some advice. Like, you got to watch one show that's going to inform you about a whole bunch of shit. And there was actually an episode all about American history and how, like, there's shit they teach you that's totally wrong. Went into how Christopher Columbus didn't really discover America. He never landed foot here. Motherfucker thought the earth was, like, some weird-ass shape and shit, and he thought he was going to get to Asia over here, or India. He thought he got to India.
Right.
He hit like Cuba and shit like that, killed everybody that was there, and that's what he did. He went around and he killed people and raided places. So that motherfucker's got a day here.
Yeah, because he took their gold, man. He killed them and took their gold is what he did.
Yeah, so it's like we really shouldn't celebrate Christopher Columbus at all. Like, he did nothing good for the world in general.
Right.
Yeah, man, but so anyhow, like, the show is Adam Ruins Everything. Like, a lot of people kind of hate this guy. Like, you know, I tell people, watch this fucking show, man. Like, you're going to get informed about a lot of stuff that you've been misinformed about your entire life, you know? And it's like the shit that they teach kids in school, you know, until you get to high school is, like, really incorrect, you know? Like, a whole bunch of it, you know what I mean? It's like they don't tell you the real facts, you know? They don't tell you what happened, you know? And some of it's just kind of even made up.
Okay, man. Well, I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah, Adam Ruins Everything on True TV. You got to check it out. Fucking, I mean, it's good for your brain.
All right, man. We've had these statues up since fucking the 1800s, most of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And why is it just now a problem? Why wasn't that a problem fucking last year when fucking Obama was president? You know? Why is it all now?
I mean, yeah, I understand, like, you know, Donald Trump is president, and he's not really qualified for the job, and he's not the ideal person for the job, but he's the fucking president. And, you know, he didn't handle that whole thing that happened the way he should have. You know, he said sounded like he was on the fucking white supremacist side. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I wouldn't want to hear any president, you know, say they were right in any manner. You know what I mean? I mean, like, freedom of speech, whatever the fuck, dude. But freedom of hate speech is different, you know what I mean?
It is.
Like, what would have happened if they were up there, you know, screaming some shit about Islam and fucking all that shit, you know? Like, we might have fucking shot them.
And I mean, man, and then they're making this whole thing out to be even bigger into this. Man, we've always had fucking Nazis and Klan in the fucking States, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
you've always had it. And now
you
it's
have,
an
but
issue.
Well, and the thing is, like, they keep fucking blowing it up, and all you're doing is drawing more attention to it and drawing more interest in people that, you know, don't have anything going for them in life, you know, or fucking just miserable people, and they want to focus that, you know, miserableness somewhere. You know, they're like, well, I'm going to fucking join the Klan, man. Look at this shit. Like, oh, what's that dude's name? David Ryan? Let me look him up on Facebook. Okay.
Right.
Hey, David, where's the next meeting?
I mean, you can go online and you can look and you can find all those fucking hate groups. I mean, you go look for hate groups in Alabama. Oh, my God, you will fucking find a million of them, and they're all over. And they always have been.
Yeah, and I get really upset, like, seeing all these people sharing this shit on Facebook. Like, I'm glad they're sharing this shit, but I get really upset just fucking seeing it. Like, anytime I see any of this shit, like, it just upsets me. Because, like, you know, they're showing these videos of, you know, well, this was 1961, and everything this guy says is still relevant today. Or, you know, this was fucking, you know, 1942, and everything this guy says is still relevant to what we're dealing with today. And it's like, man, like, so Donald Trump won, and the bad thing is, like, the people who back Donald Trump the most are the fucking ignorant, inbred rednecks all across America. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, they don't even understand what the guy stands for, but they, feed in all the propaganda of all the negative stuff that he stands for. And that's why they voted for him, you know what I mean? That's why they're all like, he's my president and shit like that, because it's like, he hates niggers too, And
Right.
so, yeah, dude, like, we need positive stuff happening because, like, when you just fill the world with negative shit, like, that's all that you get back, It's like we already dealt with all this shit a long time ago, long before I was born, like, fuck, dude, like, more than 20 years before I was born, like, this shit was over with. And, like, when I grew up, it was like, race wasn't even that big of a fucking deal,
Right.
Nobody gave a fuck. Everything was cool. Everybody was cool with each other. We all listened to fucking rap music and fucking,
Did your thing, man.
Yeah, and I'd go to metal shows and hang out with fucking my black friends that showed up there, Everything
Right.
was cool.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get off the whole fucking we got to ban the rebel flag thing. I own a rebel flag. I'm not a racist. I got a rebel flag tattooed on me. And there was a protest, man. I don't know if you've seen this. It was in Spring Hill last weekend. And, man, that's fucking freedom. If you want to show up with a rebel flag, whatever, fuck it, you're allowed to, the way I look at it. Well, this guy showed up, and he had a fucking hockey mask, Jason mask, whatever you want to call it, and had it painted like the rebel flag and got arrested for wearing it at a protest. I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. That's taking it too far.
Yeah, I mean, that guy sounds like he's possibly crazy.
Yeah.
And it's probably a good thing they arrested him.
But still, man. All right, like Virginia the other night, man. There was a football game in Virginia, and the guy was scheduled to announce that. They set all that shit up months in advance. And the announcer that was doing that game, his name was Robert Lee. And they pulled him and would not let him announce the game because of his name.
Yep, and so ESPN is who pulled him.
Right.
So fucking everybody tweet ESPN, tell them that they're fucking hate mongers and they're just spreading the hate more with this stupid fucking act.
Pretty much, man. Just fucking quit putting it out there. I mean, what do they want to do, man? Do they want to start the fucking next race war? Because it's coming. You keep fucking pushing it. It's coming.
Yeah, and there's no point for it, man. There was nothing to fucking fight about.
Right.
It's like, yes, there's still racism, and yes, there's still horrible things that happen to people because of the color of their skin, but it's not like it was, fucking 40, 50 years ago. And, everything is pretty civilized in 90% of the country. And I don't know. I feel like now they've knocked it down to where it's like maybe we were standing 90% strong, and that's maybe more like about 80, 60% now,
Right.
because, you show all this shit and everybody's just getting pissed off. See, like, that's why I don't like those people. It's like, man, I've never heard you say anything like that in your life. Well, fuck it. Now I am, It's
Right,
like,
you
what the
know.
fuck is happening, everybody, man?
Yeah, because all of a sudden, man, this guy over here was fucking normal, The next thing you know, he shaved his head, and he's wearing combat boots, and he's like, yeah, fucking kill that guy,
Yeah. So yeah, everything that happened to the world, I don't fucking like. And, it's like, it's not Donald Trump's fault. Like, there's been, all kinds of crazy shit brewing. Like, if you really want to point the blame, you point it to fucking social media. You point it to the internet in general. You point it back in the day. You point your finger at LiveJournal and all that shit.
Right.
Once you gave everybody a forum to share their opinion, like Howie at the coffee shop, live Saturday nights on strangelabel.com, new podcast every Friday. Yeah, man. It's like, well, fuck, man. Now everybody's just pissed off and being a dick and telling everybody how they fucking feel because they can, and they're fucking anonymous and nobody can find them.
And Donald Trump, he didn't come out going, hey, man, I want all these fucking white supremacists follow me and everything. I think a lot of that came just because of fucking Obama was president,
Well,
and those guys are like, yeah, we're taking the fucking power back,
Well, yeah, a lot of that came because, he attacked Obama's heritage
Right.
and, his immigration speeches and the wall and all that.
Yeah.
So all that stuff is what led the racists to him. And, of course, there's, white racists that weren't happy with Obama, and so whoever the fuck, they were happy, and it's like, oh well, this guy's racist.
Right, man, let's go jump on his bandwagon now,
Yeah, I mean, because I've never met Donald Trump. He always seemed like an asshole to me. Like, I assume that he is, but I mean, you might sit in a room with just you and him, and he might be the coolest fucking dude in the world. Who knows? But yeah.
But look, something always happens, man. If you notice, like, they're fucking blowing this shit out, though, with the statues and the Nazis and shit.
Yeah, don't tear down statues. Like, if you want, like, how about we go burn the Mona Lisa?
Right. So, man, I was listening to a talk show the other day, and the guy goes, what? Are we going to go tear down the fucking Rocky statue because he beat all the black people up in the movies? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm very disappointed in the world.
Right, man. Hey, speaking
America
of that,
in general, you
right?
know.
Yeah, we're fucked, man.
It's supposed to be the greatest country.
But you know, there's something coming. Also, they're taking our mind and they're putting it all on this bullshit, and then something big's getting ready to happen somewhere.
Well, I mean, bombs are about to start going off, man, like all over the place.
Man, all right, I don't know, did you know North Korea shot off like fucking 8 missiles yesterday?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, shit's coming, dude.
Like,
And those motherfuckers are scary over there, man. Those people terrify the fuck out of me.
yeah, we just need to blow them up real quick, man. Like, just
Yeah.
take them out, you know, because, I mean, like, you know, they've got, you know, innocent people there, but, I mean, they've all just been slaves anyway, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, I mean, they're fucking crazy. Do you ever watch when they do their shit? Where you see all these fucking people, they march down the road and then they have all these trucks carrying all these fucking big missiles and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody comes out and cheers. That whole fucking country's nuts, dude. Just kill them all.
yeah, I mean, we just need to fucking blow up their missile bases, you know, fucking let that shit explode all over their land and then fucking blow up everything else.
But see, the problem is, too, that we can't fucking find everything over there. You know the whole deal with the smoke clouds and all that shit
Yeah,
over
dude,
North
yeah.
Korea. You know, and they say they generate that. So, like, when we fly drones and shit over, we can't fucking spot anything. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we don't know where the fuck shit is over there.
Yeah, I mean, do we not have an invisible drone that cannot be picked up by radar? I mean, what the fuck, people?
Man, who knows? I mean, shit. You can sneak somebody into that country, you know, to
Yeah.
start.
I mean, because it is possible to, like, let's say you have, like a drone, and then you could send out, like, some sort of, like, little, like, just say, like, a Wi-Fi signal from the drone. And, you know, you could kind of get some sort of reading what's going on over there. But, I mean, I'm sure they'd be able to be like, oh, well, what is this? You know, because they have no connections down there they don't know about, you know? So, like, I'm sure, like, an alarm would go off right away as soon as they detected, like, a Wi-Fi connection or something.
Well, I tell you what, man. I seen something that'd be a great fucking idea in a movie. I don't remember the name of the movie right now, but it was about Iraq, and they were trying to spy and see what was going on. And every time we would send, like, a drone, they would spot it. So they made this little bitty fucking drone. It was a fly. And it would fly around, and people didn't know it wasn't a real fly. I mean, really, you could do something like that and send it over there.
Yeah. I'm sure we have done something like that, you know? But it's
Yeah.
like...
But something's coming, man, with that whole North Korea thing. And it might fucking be bad, man.
It's probably going to be bad. I mean, it makes me want to move to, like, you know, somewhere far away from the edge of the country, you know?
Oh, fuck yeah, man. When shit goes off.
Yeah.
I mean, we would be better off if we were back at Jacksonville right now, because at least we could start heading fucking more inland.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe, like, the center of Canada would be real nice right now.
Oh, yeah, man. Let's go to fucking Canada.
I mean, I'm ready to go to Canada, dude. I wish I could just pick up and go, you know? Canada or San Francisco. 'Cause San Francisco is home to all the fucking cool people in the United States.
Yeah, but I think those North Korea bombs might have a chance of fucking hitting California.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we can't
scary
go
thing.
there. So we gotta go to Canada so we're
Right.
safe. You can go to Canada, everybody has a fucking American accent.
Because, man, I got a buddy that's actually in Canada, and he was putting pictures on Facebook today. He's like, man, I love this fucking place. He goes, I didn't know what to expect coming here. He just went on vacation, just like, fuck it, I've never been to Canada, let's go.
I mean, I think we should all maybe go there. I mean, you know, you don't have to worry about, you know, getting caught with your, you know, 20 sack in your pocket or something like that because it's okay
Right.
there. You can go to the gas station and buy that shit.
Just, you know, stay away from the weird guys, man, so he don't turn you into like a fucking seal or some weird shit, you know, but...
Yeah.
You know, there comes our Kevin Smith remark for the week. Holy shit, man. We've started this show out, and it got fucking pretty serious. People still going, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, damn, Howie, why are you talking about this shit? So,
well, that's what's going on in the world, people, man. And you're hearing it here, so you know what? That shit is not fake news. That's real fucking Howie news.
yeah, no fake news here. No fake news.
So it's from a real fucking trusted source.
So, all right, man. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break real quick, and we're going to be right back, and we're going to answer some listener emails.
All right.
If you want to send us an email, it's howie@howieatthecoffeeshop.com. You can call the show 413-38-HOWIE.
You're listening to Howie at the Coffee Shop. We'll be right back.
Sign up for the Howie at the Coffee Shop Midnight Society. Help Howie continue the journey. For $1 a month, you will receive an exclusive annual episode. For $2 a month, you will also receive an exclusive bumper sticker. For $3 a month, all that, plus a t-shirt. And for those of you who want all that and still something more, $5 a month gets you the annual bonus episode, the bumper sticker, the t-shirt, and the full Howie at the Coffee Shop Saturday night experience. Be one of the few to receive a podcast containing everything that happens between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Saturday night live on strangelabel.com.
Welcome back to Howie at the Coffee Shop. I'm Kenny.
I'm Mike.
So we got some listener emails here. So we received a couple of complaints about episode number 80. We received I want to say we received a handful of complaints about episode number 80.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with people, man?
Yeah,
What
man.
the
You
fuck
know,
did we do?
yeah. Well, fuck you, hate mongers. Howie's just having a good time. You guys trying to spread the hate, be dickheads and assholes and everything.
Right, man. See, I was over here being kind of fucking goofing off for a minute, man, watching the Mayweather fight live and shit.
Oh yeah. So what's happening, man?
Actually, man, what I've got to see right now, man, McGregor's holding his own pretty good, man. There were some big delays, man. I guess pay-per-view signal went down.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the fight is still going on right now at 12:45.
Yeah.
It started really late, so.
Damn. So you paid for the fight?
Nah, man, somebody's streaming it live on Facebook. So
Shit. Hell yeah, man.
I'm like, hey, man, we just fucking like.
Do we gotta give him $20?
Nah.
But all right, man. So it's looking good,
Oh yeah.
man. I did want to watch that fight tonight, but man, you know, we had to do the show, and you know, we didn't get back in time just right, because the plan was to get back in time, watch the fight, go back in time again, and do the show, and then we tell everybody how the fight ended at the beginning of the show. And we sent Dustin to the casino to go make all the bets and everything.
Yeah, because we're in round 9 right now, man. So our boy's holding his fucking own.
See, dude, we could have won so much money because Dustin was going to disappear from here to Vegas, and he was going to make a big bet. We were going to give Dustin like $500,000, and he was going to bet on the outcome. But what I'm worried about, though, is, you know, had we gotten back in time and we gave Dustin $500,000 to bet on the end of the fight, what if it changed somehow, man? Like, because we fucked up and jumped in time. All right, so we had 2 listeners who complained about us feeding into the stereotype of police and donuts. You know, when Dustin was on talking about the TV show that he's on that we can't talk about.
Man, fucking police eat donuts, dude. Dude, every fucking day, man. I drive by fucking a donut shop, man. There's at least 5 or 6 cop cars there. And being from Indiana, it wasn't there anymore, but where the fucking rallies is at Troy and Madison, there used to be a fucking donut shop, dude. You'd pull up there, man. You couldn't even get in the parking lot for other cop cars.
Oh, yeah, dude. I remember that. And Long's Bakery, dude. You got a
Right.
Long's Bakery in Indianapolis, dude? Fucking dude.
I mean,
pile up.
Dude, yeah, they might, you know, it might have started out as a joke or something. Cops eat free fucking eat donuts. But motherfucker, if I go to the bakery and they're giving me free donuts, I'm going to eat them too. You know, I mean, that's like if I go to fucking rallies and they're like, "Hey, man, every time you come in, you get free fries." And be like, all right, man, the cops eat French fries. You know, fuck.
Right, dude. I worked at McDonald's when I was a kid, dude, and we had to give cops free food. I accidentally, the first time a cop came to me, I fucking charged him, and then my manager came over and yelled at me and pulled money out of the register to give him a refund. And I was like, I didn't, you never told me to fucking. Right. She was like, yeah, they come in uniform, you just give them their food for free.
All right, because when I worked at the school district, man, as security, I used to get free coffee and free donuts at all my Amoco stations.
Yeah, man.
So I took advantage of it, dude. I'd be like, fuck it, dude. Kind of hungry, man. We could fucking have coffee and a free donut, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Like, I mean, fucking anybody who's ever, like, you know, worked with me in any capacity, you know, it's like, fuck, dude, yeah, Kenny sit there and eat like 5 donuts, man.
Right, you get me the shit free, man. I'm gonna go eat it. Fuck it.
Yeah, dude, fuck free donuts, man. Like, I'm running to wherever you're giving me free donuts.
Man, have you seen the fucking? It was done as a bachelorette party, but the video, man, like
cops with their dicks and donuts.
No, the fucking bachelorette party, they made donuts dicks.
They made penis donuts?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you squeeze the balls and fucking jelly squirts out, I mean, they're cool as fuck.
They put jelly in that cream?
Yeah.
It's like, man, that motherfucker's got gonorrhea.
But, you know, one of the guys really working the bakery, you know, thought it was funny, so I actually took a video, and it's all over Facebook now, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That dude probably got fired from it, but still.
You don't show your dick on Facebook, man.
Right. Oh, no, man. There is a fucking video. I mean, there is some weird shit, man, you can get away with on Facebook now. And I was like scrolling through Facebook earlier, and somebody put a video up of people fucking, and I'm like, really?
Really? There's people fucking on Facebook now?
Yeah. I mean, every once in a while, I will see something weird like that. Yeah, it gets pulled at a time, but.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Like, one time, like, when we were doing that fucking Paul McCartney episode, we were going live. We were playing Beatles music. Facebook killed us, man. People are going live fucking. You're just like, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like this black guy and this black girl, and they're just like walking around, you know?
Why they gotta be black?
Well, I mean, they were black. And next thing you know, man, the guy just lays down on the ground, pulls his fucking shit down, you know, and the girl just gets on him and starts riding him and shit. You really can't see them, but you can tell they're really fucking, you know?
Yeah, man, I guarantee you there's Facebook groups where people just share videos of them fucking and stuff like that, you know?
Oh, there's all kinds of private Facebook groups, yeah. And I'm sure there's a shit ton of those out there, you know?
Yeah. But so, man, so these two listeners that sent in these emails about cops eating donuts and us feeding into the stereotype, you know, it's like, man, you know, some things are a stereotype for a reason, you know what I mean? It's like because it's just something that happens. And so I, man, it's kind of creepy, but I took their emails and I searched them on Facebook. I found both of them. And neither one of them are police officers. Nor are any of their friends. Luckily, they weren't those people who had like 386 friends or something like that, you know? It's just like people they actually know. So, yeah, it didn't take very long. But, yeah, I creeped through them all. And none of them seemed to be police officers. So, I'm like, man, why are you even mad? Why? Because, see, this is, I don't want to offend you. Like, I'm glad you listened to the show. But, like, this is the problem with America is you're pissed off and you don't need to be. Like, why is everybody knocking down statues and fucking doing hate marches and hate rallies and shit like that?
Right.
You don't need to. Like, what? Why? It's stupid. So, like, you're mad because we said cops eat. Dustin is hanging out with the cops eating their donuts, and we're talking about it.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with that, man? Shit, man. Man, if I'm hanging out with Tommy Chong, I'm probably fucking smoking weed.
Hey, man, that pisses me off. I'm offended.
You know, fuck you.
But no, fuck. I mean,
you know.
Well, I mean, just look. I mean, so like, I guess I'm kind of worried in a way because if you're pissed off that we're relaying some information that's happening in real life where Dustin is eating donuts with cops, and that makes you mad, like I am fearful that you have some sort of issues, like maybe anger issues or something. Like, why are you mad, bro?
All he wanted was a fucking donut, man.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, it's okay. Like, everything's fine. Don't be mad at something you don't need to be. So, anyway, I reached out to a listener of ours that's a police officer, and I asked him what he thought about this stereotype in quotes. And he responded with, well, he gave me the history of it. So basically, he says that, good people who run bakeries and stuff like that were always open and offering to the police officers and the firemen and the paramedics and anybody who was patrolling. This all started when people started patrolling, because coffee shops were one thing that was always open late. And so the coffee shop's open late, and it's the perfect place for the cops to go sit down, fill out some paperwork and all that kind of stuff, and get a cup of coffee real quick. So it was always in their benefit, for those places that were offering cops free coffee and donuts, because the cops were going to hang out there. So you're not worried about anything going down there. So you're pissed off because there are good people offering the people who are, paid a very low wage to protect us free donuts and coffee.
Right. Man, have you ever watched the movie The Wildlife? We're talking the old one, man. With
you gotta tell me what it is.
Chris Penn and Eric Stokes and shit.
Yeah, is that like they go out into the woods or something? One of them kind of fucks everybody and tries to kill them all or something like that?
Nah, man, this is like a great...
I'm thinking of a Kevin Bacon movie, aren't I?
Yeah, this is like your great stoner fucking movie, from the 80s. Well, man, there's this cop. He goes to the fucking donut shop every fucking night,
Okay.
And he gets his free cup of coffee and donuts. And then when everybody leaves, he fucks the chick behind the counter.
Well, I mean, that happens too. That happens.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, sometimes, there's a cop that goes to a certain Waffle House just because there's nobody else there, and the waitress is kind of cute, and he knows eventually she wants to fuck the cop.
Right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It happens.
Accidentally, your cream-filled donut actually has some fucking dick nut in it, but...
I mean... Okay, like we said, just like everybody in the world, there are good cops and there are bad cops. That's the reality of it. We've seen it on fucking TV and YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and everything for the past number of years. There's sometimes they don't do the right thing. But they're people, man. There's good ones, there's bad ones, and they try to an extent to keep the bad ones from getting in. But it's like. The government gets their money from our taxes. There's only so much this shit can fucking come from, So it's like, man, I mean, you can't expect everybody to do a perfect job, but you got to at least have hope that they're doing the best job they can.
All right, man. I watched this thing the other day, man. It was actually on police. So let me ask you a question, because if I'm like these cops out there, and they're getting accused of shooting these people, I'm probably going to shoot them too. Because, we're showing how a cop is trained and everything. So if I'm a cop, I pull up on this guy, I get out and we're talking, and he puts his hand in his jacket, I'm probably going to pull my gun out and shoot him, because I don't know he's not pulling a gun out. And that's the way they're trained. So you can't blame everything on a cop, because of that.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to protect his life too. And it's just his instinct, he's like, oh, fuck, he's pulling out a gun, bam,
Yeah, absolutely. But no, man, seeing what I've seen, over the last number of years, if I'm a cop, and I imagine that I would have seen this sort of stuff being a cop, but yeah, if I'm a cop, first thing I'm going to say to you is keep your hands where I can see them, because they don't always say that. And if I see them start reaching, I'm going to say keep your hands where I can see them. And if you still reach, I'm going to shoot you in your fucking hand, dude. Right. You're missing 4 or 5 fingers.
I'm probably not going to shoot you in your hand. I'm probably going to try to go for your fucking kneecap where you're never going to walk again or something.
Yeah, the thing about the kneecap, though, is just man, you could still grab your gun and fucking shoot me, if you may be able to fucking maintain enough focus and steadiness to actually do it, but, I'm not going to take the chance, man. You're either going to lose your fucking, some of your fingers, your whole hand, maybe your wrist, that'd be real messy, or, some of your fucking hip. Maybe I'll shoot you in the dick. That's what I'm gonna do if I'm a cop. You start putting your hands in your pocket after I said keep them where I can see them. I'm gonna shoot you in the dick.
Right? Yeah, and then your fucking life's over. Because when your dick doesn't work, what the fuck do you got to live for?
Yeah, it's like man, you're going to jail too. You ain't gonna make nobody your bitch. You got pussy. You gotta put.
So now you just became transgender, motherfucker.
Yeah. What's up, bitch? Now your name's Sally.
So, man, I was talking to a guy the other day.
Yeah.
It had done 9 years in fucking prison. And, and he's like, man, he goes, when you go to prison, he goes, he was like one of those guys, man, that didn't really never do anything wrong, wasn't a bad guy.
He just got fucked or something?
Just kind of got in a bad situation and went to jail.
Yeah.
And he get, and he didn't get but like a year and a half or whatever. He goes, but when you go to fucking jail, he goes, your whole mindset changes. He goes, because when I first went in, he goes, I was roommate with this big German guy. And he goes, man, I was fucking terrified. And he goes, later that night, he goes, that German guy goes, come here because I'm going to feed you my fucking bratwurst. And he goes, fuck, I didn't know what to do. He goes, so I did it,
Yeah.
But
I mean, what are you going to do?
He goes, but then I learned to stand up for myself. But then he goes, man, that got me 7 more years,
Yeah. No, dude, like, man, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to take it, I'd fucking go crazy. I'd ask him to put me in fucking solitary, man.
Right. But then you still go fucking nuts because those are the motherfuckers, you go check on them a week later, they're rubbing shit all over their body and everything,
Yeah. I mean, I might, that might be the time I tell him, like, man, I might hurt myself or someone else.
Right.
I need to be alone. Just tell that shit, man. I'm either going to go in the fucking little dark room or I'm going to get out of here and go to another place.
Right, man. Because, yeah, it would not be a place to fucking be.
No, man, not at all. That just sounds scary. That's a fear, man. I think I've always had it, man. It's like, oh man, I hope I never get wrongly convicted of a crime and end up in prison one day,
Right. Man, I make sure when I'm on the fucking streets right now, I mean, like I said, I've watched enough cop shows and, watched enough of that shit where I've seen people go to prison for 15 years, and then 15 years later, they find out, oh, that guy's innocent. Let him out,
Yeah, it happens all the time. It's an everyday occurrence.
So when I'm out in the world, I make sure I don't fucking do nothing wrong. I try not to do nothing wrong,
Yeah, man. I mean, like, we're the fucking most stand-up citizens. We don't even drink and drive, man.
Right. It's like, all right, man, I'm going to have a couple beers. All right, man, the lady's driving. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, fucking... And when you don't have no lady, sometimes like, well, man, I had a couple beers. Either somebody's coming to get me if I'm all by myself for some reason, which that never happened. That happened when I was in my early 20s. Be like, hey, man.
No, yeah, man. When I was in my 20s, fuck, dude, I've got shit-faced and drove, which I know I shouldn't have, but I kind of, like, think about it now. I'm like, wow, man, I can't believe I survived some of those fucking nights, shit. I ain't doing that no more.
Yeah, I think there was probably like 4 or 5 times, I'd get dropped off from some designated driver or something, and then I'd have to call so-and-so, or I'd text them that night or call them or whatever and be like, hey, man, can I buy you breakfast in the morning if you take me to my car?
Right.
Yeah, because I had a cousin that lived just like 3 minutes around the corner, and the bar was right beside her house. So I was always like, hey, man, like, how about, we go pick up my car and then we'll eat breakfast in the parking lot across the street and...
Or we get really drunk at a Marky Ramone show, get kicked out, and we just call Dustin.
Yeah. So, I mean, you people have heard the Marky Ramone story where I was crying and shit, apparently, and talking to him through the window, put my arm around him.
Right.
And, but anyway, so, yeah, how that went next is we called Dustin because he was the only sober person that we knew who could come get us. And he was all pissed off because, me, Mike, and the other guy with us, we were all shit-faced and, having fun, being obnoxious, stupid, and he was just in a bad mood. And then, so we get to my house, and I remember, like, we were all wired, man. We were ready to party, and Dustin was, man, fuck these drunk people,
Yeah, he's like, man, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I have to be at work at 7. You motherfuckers, I got an hour drive home.
Yeah, and then, man, I remember, like, I went to, I jumped on Dustin, did, like, a belly splash on him or something like that, and, man, I think he, like, just pushed me and fucking I went against the wall or some shit. It's like, man, that was violent, Dustin.
All right,
Why you mad, bro? You got these people on the internet.
He's like, you guys are all fucking drunk. I got to work tomorrow, man. Fuck you.
All right, man. So back to emails, man. So this one comes from an unknown sender. I tried to track this email address down too, being all creepy.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the guy that gets mad at us for doing a certain thing. So you'll understand in a minute. But it says, I know you guys like to talk about Kevin Smith in order to fuck with someone who doesn't like it when you talk about Kevin Smith. But I hate it when you force Kevin Smith into the conversation just to fuck with whoever it is. Please stop.
Yeah, I think we know who that one is, right?
See, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's someone else just like, yeah, man, I'm fine with the Kevin Smith talk, but come on, guys. Right. Gotta force it in every episode now just to give somebody a little rubbing.
Right, yeah, give him a little rubbing, man. Shit, trust me, man, because Kenny's trying to fuck Jay. So, yeah.
Would you like a chocolate-covered pretzel? Yeah, so I'm not sure if that was that guy or not, but I thought that possible. But, and then, man, we don't have all hate mail.
Yeah, not all hate mail, man.
Yeah, so we got some positive stuff. Well, actually, no. Let's do all the negative first because we do have another negative.
Okay.
So basically, in episode 80, we explained that millennials don't know how to spell Howie on their phone to call the show, and we got a millennial who is very, very offended. Is like, we're not fucking stupid, man. Like, like we understand. Like people are angry, man. Why?
It's because fucking the whole world's fucking angry right now. Because the people that are angry right now are the people that don't fucking smoke weed. So if you would just hurry up and pass that shit worldwide, just let everybody everybody must get stoned. Now we need some more Bob Dylan, right?
Right, yeah.
But, everybody would be mellowed out. They wouldn't be out there going, man, I hate you. He would have his arm around him and she'd be like, yeah, man, I love you, man. You're my brother, man.
Right. But man, so anyway, so this guy, he's pissed off. Said we were being real derogatory towards millennials and all that. And it's like, hey, man, we were just fucking around like we fuck with everybody. We sit here and fuck with each other. You remember that time that I fucked Conan O'Brien and Andy Richter? I didn't like that, but it happened, and I'm fine with it because it was funny. Don't be mad, man. And and then he goes on to say that Kenny in particular is a giant idiot. This is a quote, giant idiot. And he says that I used the term racist when what I should have said is prejudiced. Huh. So my response is, hey, motherfucker, I understand the difference. And it was to be funny, you know? And it's like, we're not idiots, man. We all went to fucking Harvard.
Right. But didn't Dustin go to Princeton?
Yeah, so fuck Dustin, man. I mean, Dustin went his own way. We told him, but I don't know. He didn't quite make the grade. But, we weren't being a dick, man. We were trying to just make funny. Don't be offended.
Yeah, we're not fucking assholes, motherfucker. Come on.
Yeah, man. Damn, dude. And we got another email that says, I can't believe you guys missed Dustin's Big Pete and Little Pete comment. What a layup. And then it has a sad face. So, yeah, sorry we did that. So, yeah, Big Pete, Little Pete, gonna rub them on each other all night long.
All right, man. Mayweather won in 10 rounds.
Mayweather did win. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. See, I wish, regardless of our time travel misfortunes, I wish even though it probably would have been like 2 rounds in, Dustin go in with $100,000 and be like, Mayweather.
Right, man.
In 10.
Hey, man, he fucking gave him a good fight, though.
Yeah. But, so last email we have here is from a guy named Dave, and hopefully we get to meet this Dave dude at some point, because Dave said, love the Paul is Dead show. I'm in Tampa too. Are you guys going to the McCartney show? No, dude, we're not. That shit was a long time ago now. Sorry, man.
I wish we could have went, man. You should have fucking hooked us up with some tickets, man. We would have been right there with you.
Yeah, Dave, why didn't you buy us Paul McCartney tickets?
Right? We would have gave you the full fucking Howie experience, man. We would have been all coffeeed out and shit. It'd been wired. We'd all been singing. We'd have been going, nah, hey, Jude.
nah. Yeah, man. Dave's probably like, would that be worth like $400?
Fuck yeah, it would have been, man. So check it out, man. If Paul McCartney comes back, you want to take us with you. It'll be a fucking chance of a lifetime.
All right, Dave, I'm not saying you have to pay, but if you are like some rich dude, yeah, man.
Right, man. Hook us up with some Paul.
Yeah. Later, Dave.
Dave.
But man,
So wait, man, Dave's in Tampa, huh?
Dave's in Tampa, so yeah, so we might run into Dave. I don't know if Dave is into all the stuff that we're into. Like Dave, we're planning on heading over to Orlando for Spooky Empire in October, and attending other cool stuff in this area, in the Orlando area. There's a lot of cool stuff that happens in Orlando. It doesn't happen here, unfortunately.
Right, man. There's always fucking something going on, man, in Orlando.
Yeah, like I do like going to the cons, but like the cons here in Tampa, it's like, man, there's like one person I want to see, and it's really expensive. Or maybe there's like, one person plus like some sort of show one night that I want to see, and it's like really expensive. It's like, man, I don't know. But so far, Spooky Empire seems like the greatest value and the best time to me so far.
Man. Yeah, definitely. Because, I mean, man, I didn't meet anybody who was a dickhead there.
No, everybody was great and nice and just friendly, man. I felt like I was in Mayberry, but, some people were dressed like Ghostbusters.
Right. I mean, you had your drunks, but nobody was like an asshole going, hey, man, fuck you, man, I'm going to kick your ass,
No, not even anything remotely close. Like the weirdest thing was when the guy was like, "Hey, you two, you want to see a magic trick or whatever the fuck that was, man?" That was weird.
Oh man.
But man, I did want to go back and touch on George Romero a little bit. So we talked pretty extensively about a lot of his movies, and I did talk about Knight Riders a little bit. And that movie's one that everybody's got to see because when you hear the name and you see the trailer and you look at the case, it looks ridiculous. But when you watch it, you're like, oh, my God, this is amazing. So Knight Riders is a movie about guys that do, like, jousting and, like, fucking, medieval time shit on, like, Harleys and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, some shit really goes down and they got to go save the day. It's fucking badass, man. But there's only one George Romero movie I've never seen. I've never been able to find it anywhere, not, like in any video store, I've never seen it like at a con on the table or fucking anybody does bootlegs. I've never been able to find an illegal copy on the internet, and it's a movie called Season of the Witch.
Yeah, I can't say I've seen it now. I got to look it up and see, man, what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, like check it out on IMDb. So I really want to see that, and like another George Romero movie that we didn't talk about is Martin. And Martin, like, I mean, that's one of his movies I don't feel really holds up, but it is a strange movie. And if I remember right, the opening scene is on the train, right?
Season of the Witch, the Nicolas Cage movie?
No, it's not Nicolas Cage, no. IMDb George Romero, look back, I think it's probably like, I don't know, man, like 71 or 2 or 3 or something like that.
Because I was like, yeah, IMDb, man, and I put it in, but I just put Season of the Witch and it right up the Nicolas Cage, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but this was another one of those movies where, it's like it was a paperwork thing, but I think this was more like a paperwork thing where it's just like a studio dropped it and fucking still had the rights to it, and so it never really came out, in a normal fashion, so it was just like released, I don't know, like maybe like on TV once or something like that, I'm not sure whatever happened to it, but I mean, it has been like presented in some form,
Yeah. Let me see here.
But anyway, Martin, the beginning of Martin, the opening scene of that is on the train, right?
Man, I haven't seen it in so
end?
long, but I remember, I mean, I hadn't seen it so long, but I remember back then I thought it was okay.
Yeah, but it's I mean it doesn't hold up just because it's a really slow movie, and it was kind of slow for back then too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do like the older movies because there's in the older movies, some people refer to them as slow, and some of them are, but the well done ones that people still refer to as slow, those movies are usually just movies that have enough time for the story to build, and to breathe properly,
Right.
Like those are the stories that are really good and pretty emotional. But yeah, man, Season of the Witch, I'm starting to think I'm never gonna see it. See, I wish I could have met George Romero again, because the first time I met him, I didn't ask him about Season of the Witch, like that's one thing I like wish I could have said, hey man, where the fuck is this movie, like do you have a copy in your duffel bag you can pass me or something, so I don't know, man, I think it's one of those things I'll never get to do.
Yeah, man, I don't fucking see it anywhere, so yeah, one of those fucking movies, man. Because there are a few old movies, man, that I've watched in my lifetime that I wanted to go back and see. It just seems like they don't exist in the world anymore, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, no, those are gone. It might be one of those things you might find at a Goodwill one day, a VHS copy thrown in a bin if you want to dig through 5,000 movies, you know? But
Oh, yeah.
hell no, I don't have that kind of time.
No, man, but yeah, so I kind of figured at some point I'd be able to find that at like a con or one of those little shops that still exist that has a bunch of bootlegs over under the table where they think the cops will never look or whatever they're scared of, you know?
So, man, eBay has really cracked down now, you know, on the bootleg thing.
It used to be really big on eBay.
But, yeah, man, now they have cracked down hard. You cannot sell nothing bootlegged. I mean, video or CD-wise, you know.
Yeah.
How it used to, you know, be like, fuck, man, I went to this concert the other day. I recorded it on video camera. I can sell 100 copies on eBay. Yeah, you know, now they're not letting nothing on there like that.
Yeah, man, you know, to be honest and a little candid, I used to sell a little bit of bootleg stuff on eBay. Like, you know, I would do it kind of in good faith, though, you know, like whatever I would get from selling this bootleg, I would take that money and put that money towards buying stuff from that artist, you know?
Yeah.
Like, well, so like I did like this Janis Joplin thing, right? Because I found this really cool thing. It's like a full concert. It's, you know, like early days when you had like you know, a lot of people were using Kazaa. You know, I was using like the you know more kind of low key stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I can't even remember what it was called at this point. Like I think WinRM or something like that was one of them. You know,
yeah,
it
I
seems
remember
like
those places.
yeah, but so man, you know, like you know, I would burn this shit and sell it on eBay for like $20-$30 and shit like that,
Right.
you know. But you know, I took that and I bought like the Janis Joplin box set, you know, and then I didn't sell anymore because I didn't want to buy any more Janis Joplin shit. But and then
right.
but I bought this one thing from eBay, and what it was the Kevin Smith tour. And so it was all these people that got on a bus in New Jersey, and Brian O'Halloran, the guy who plays Dante in Clerks, is your tour guide, and he takes you to all the places where they shot the movies, like the park, and you go to the Quick Stop, and everybody gets to walk around and shop and shit like that. But they couldn't.
Cool.
Yeah, so the guy just recorded the whole thing, you know, but they couldn't take their cameras inside the Quick Stop.
Yeah.
Because they didn't allow that for some reason. But, you know, they got to go to Jay and Bob's Secret Stash, but they couldn't take their cameras in there either. And, you know, so it's that whole thing, which was a cool experience, you know, especially since some of those places don't exist anymore,
Right.
you know. And, you know, of course, you got to see RST Video, too. And I don't think that's a video store anymore. I think it's something else now. But then it had, like, remember when Jay and Silent Bob, for one of the movies, I think it was either Chasing Amy or Dogma, they were doing those skits on MTV in between all the videos and commercials and shit. Yeah, so it had all of those on there, and then like Kevin Smith and like Bill Maher and shit like that, you know. So it was a really cool little collection, and it had a bunch of stuff that actually later on ended up being on like one of the DVD box sets or stuff like that, you know. But yeah, man, I would sell those pretty well, you know, because I made my own more professional copy, and I would sell that. And I used to make a bunch of money off that, but I spent all that money at the stash, so it was okay, you know. So I felt it was good faith bootlegging, but when I stopped doing it, I was selling this fucking video that was a really nice Pro Shot Tool concert with a bunch of Tool videos afterwards.
Yeah.
And my shit got taken down, and I got a letter from fucking Tool's management and shit. And I was like, okay. Yeah, so I got a cease and desist, and that was as far as it was. And I was like, okay, so this isn't cool. Even though I felt I was doing it in an ethical manner, you know, I got in trouble, and so I didn't do it anymore after that, but...
Yeah, man, I sold some shit one time and got some shit from Mega Force Records, man. It's like, yeah, you cannot sell that, dude.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, bootlegging is bad, but I mean, like, I feel like when you're, you know, I mean, you should do it for free, like put it on YouTube or something if you can, I guess. But if you're trying to put something out there that doesn't really exist in any other form, you know, that people would appreciate being able to see or listen to, like, I mean, I think you should put it out there, you know. It's like that shit should be seen and heard.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit out there, man. And fucking just throw it on YouTube. Fuck it. You don't have to make money. But now the bullshit is you can still fucking sell all the bootleg t-shirts you want on fucking eBay.
Yeah, there's no crackdown on that, it seems like. Nobody giving a
And
shit.
No, the bands do. I've watched.
Oh yeah, I know the actual people that care about where that money goes. Does
I wore a bootleg shirt one time to see this band, and they're like, "Where the fuck did you get that shirt, dude? That shirt don't really exist, And I'm like, "Yeah, I bought it on eBay." And they're like, "Do you know who you got it from and shit?"
Yeah.
And I don't like that because I don't like to buy bootlegs. I hate when I'm looking for a rare shirt and I can find some bootleg, and I'm like, I don't want a bootleg because you don't know how good it's gonna look when you get it, and I don't want to fucking spend because it's rare $30 on a shitty bootleg,
Yeah, the really bad thing is now that's bleeding over into Amazon because you personally can sell on Amazon.
Right.
And if you want to throw a little extra money at it, you can add your own fucking little listing or whatever instead of just saying, hey, I have one of these to sell. You create your own. You're the one that creates the listing for the product or whatever. So I mean, you can make your bootleg T-shirt and fucking put it on there. And it's crazy, man. It's like I figured because Amazon is a pretty upstanding company,
right?
So it's kind of surprising that has been able to go on. All right, man. So that's been Howie at the Coffee Shop for this week. I'm Kenny.
I'm Mike.
So we'll catch you next week. Howie'sCoffee.com. And if you want to send us an email too, you can send us Howie at the Coffee Shop. Maybe we'll read it next week. Maybe it'll be 2 months from now, but we'll read it.
Get to it at some point in time.
Howie at the coffee shop. Wet. Howie at the coffee shop. Wet. Howie at the coffee shop. Wet.